Please click the link in the description below to make yourself more aware about the strikes that are happening right now. And please support those actors and writers that are on strike today. Did Ahsoka actually meet Anakin in the world between worlds? I think so, yes, absolutely. And the most important thing that we need to understand about the world between worlds is that it is not a place with entrances and gateways. And Ahsoka knows this because she understands when Ezra pulls her into the world between worlds in Star Wars Rebels that she cannot exit through the entrance or gateway that Ezra entered. She understands that where she came from is exactly where she needs to be, because if she does leave this and something changes, she understands that total destruction is possible and it can throw the galaxy into calamity. And Dave Filoni says this exactly.
But it's not this place of gateways and doorways that you just go in and out of. Now, Ezra can pull Ahsoka into that world. But remember, she's smart enough to know that she can't leave that world through his door. She'll be destroying the natural balance and order of things.
Now, the most important thing here is understanding Ezra's role, or Anakin's role. Anakin is the chosen one, and because he is the chosen one, his abilities allow him to do things that every other Force Ghost can't do, which is why he probably has access to things like Mortis, the world between worlds, and even other planes of the Force that we just haven't seen or yet to understand. So in Star Wars Rebels, Ezra pulls Ahsoka into the world between worlds. But in this case, we are substituting Ezra for Anakin Skywalker, the chosen one. Sometime after Anakin Skywalker passed away, he was given these abilities to access these different planes in Star Wars. And we see that in Shadow of the Sith, where he appears on Exegol to save his son, Luke Skywalker. Now he has access to the world between worlds, and he's able to pull Ahsoka into the world between worlds to talk to her and engage with her. And unlike Star Wars Rebels, where Ezra pulls her in from a gate, I think the gate that we have in Ahsoka is that Ahsoka is literally on the brink of death. She is neither alive or dead. And I'm not sure if that's because the similarity between the names of the world between worlds and now she's between life and death. But I think her being such a strong Force sensitive allows the potential for this to happen, where Anakin Skywalker literally tells her, hey, you gotta choose life or death. And I think that signifies exactly where she is on the plane of the living and the plane of the dead, and the metaphysical state of the Force that she's in right now. And that's why I love when Dave Filoni says this specifically about the world between worlds and it not being a real place.
They're just like the wind moving, and he recognizes some like Obi-Wan and Yoda, but he doesn't understand the context of anything that's going on. I don't know how real it actually is. I don't want to define that for people anyway.
And so because we don't really understand how real the world between worlds is, I think that yes, this is happening. Yes, of course, Ahsoka is unconscious. Perhaps this happened in her mind, but I think this happens in her mind because she is connected to Anakin Skywalker, just how Ezra Bridger is connected to the death of Kanan Jarrus, Ahsoka fighting on Malachor. These are all things that he's affiliated with, just as Ahsoka is affiliated with the Chosen One, Anakin Skywalker. And I think that is the main reason why, yes, this did actually happen. Yes, Ahsoka went into the world between worlds. Yes, she met the Chosen One, Anakin Skywalker. But there are other things that make me believe that this actually happened. Just the version of Anakin Skywalker she met. This is neither just Revenge of the Sith Anakin Skywalker, or Attack of the Clones, or the Clone Wars animated series Anakin Skywalker. No, this is post-Return of the Jedi Chosen One Anakin Skywalker. And I think it's depicted beautifully here by Dave Filoni, because you see the flashes of Anakin Skywalker and Darth Vader, and Ahsoka sees that. And I think that depiction right there allows you to get a bit of taste of the power of the Chosen One, whether or not he actually is the embodiment of the dark side and the light side, but just the extension from his story, from post-Return of the Jedi, and that scene where he is a Force ghost. This right now is the only live action piece that we have of Anakin Skywalker after that time, and I think this is really the extension of his stories. I think we have to take that into account. This is another reason why it actually did happen. And Ahsoka is a part of that story too, because of her fear. The whole reason why she's been this way and crossing her arms, and so many people have been criticizing her and why she isn't Ahsoka, and that's because of her fear. But with this instance, with this happening, now she has the epiphany, now she has the enlightenment, and now she is born again, which is why she is Gandalf the White, and that can only happen with the confrontation of her fear. This was her version of the Dagobah Cave from Empire Strikes Back. the world between worlds, meeting Anakin Skywalker, and practically dying. This absolutely happened. And I'm sure there's probably so many other reasons why, but I just like to think of the more obvious things because that by far is the greatest evidence we have. And you know what? At the end of the day, it really doesn't matter if it was real or not. Ahsoka believed it to be real, just as Luke from Shadow of the Sith believed that his journey to Exegol, being teleported on Exegol, meeting his father, and his father saving his life on Exegol from all those Sith spirits was real to Luke. It happened, and that's how he found out about Exegol. I think this is the exact same situation that we have here. The end result is the same. Ahsoka believes that she met Anakin and now she understands what she needs to do. Her training is finished. And that by far was the biggest obstacle that she needed to hurdle, and now she is Ahsoka the One. And I can't wait for more of this show because it is damn peak, fam. Probably the best Star Wars we've ever gotten in, and I'm not sure if it will get better than this. So I thank you all for coming to the channel. Make sure you subscribe, apprentices and acolytes, and let me know whether you think that this is real or not. And if it is real, tell me why. I'll see you around, fam. Deuces.